Hey Aaron, what is your deal? Why are you blowing up my phone with all of these calls? What's the big idea here, huh? Don't you know that I'm at work right now? I can't have you calling me all the time like this, you know? I'm busy!
I know, but I only tried calling you just now because I thought that you were on your lunch break.
I don't care what you thought, or even that I am on break right now. I thought I told you not to bother calling or texting me at all while I'm at the office. Didn't I?
I'm really sorry, Chase. You know that I wouldn't have done this if it weren't an emergency, though. And, well, it's your dad. He fell and he broke one of his toes, so that's what I was trying to call to tell you about.
Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Did he really break another bone? What is the matter with him?
I guess that he was doing his morning stretches and accidentally ended up swinging his foot into the bedpost where he smashed his toe. We still haven't taken him to the doctors or anything like that yet, but he is stumbling around a lot now. He took a picture and sent it to me not that long ago, and the toe is looking really red and swollen.
Oh my gosh, it's like I'm surrounded by babies who can't do the slightest thing to take care of themselves. And at this rate, my dad is probably really going to be senile soon.
Oh, come on, Chase. I don't think that you're being fair. I mean, these kinds of things happen from time to time. But anyways, with your dad's foot the way that it is right now, I don't really think that he's able to drive himself around. But he said that he has some errands and appointments for tomorrow morning. He was hoping that you might be able to drive him around just a little bit. I mean, you are off of work tomorrow, so you should be able to do that for your dad, right?
I mean, I guess I have the time, but it's not what I wanted to be spending my time off doing exactly.
Well, okay then. I'll call your dad and tell him that you should be just fine to drive him around. Is that alright?
Is this really what you wanted to talk to me about? This is the big emergency that you had to bother me at work to tell me? I really just can't believe you sometimes, Aaron.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say, but your dad asked me to check in with you if this would be okay. And since I didn't know what your schedule was going to be like for the weekend, I just needed to confirm with you right now.
I just don't understand why this conversation couldn't have waited until I was back from work. You could have just asked me then. Don't you realize that? Why did you think this was something that was so important, so huge, so vital, that you had to bother me while I was at work just to tell me about it?
Chase, please. Why are you being like this? The reason I told you now is because you've been coming home later and later from work recently. So I just wanted to get an answer as soon as possible so that I could get back to your dad. You realize that I did this for him, right? He injured himself and now he's waiting on an answer about your schedule. I was just asking a simple question.
It's not a simple question, and either way, it's not okay for you to be messaging me while I'm at work. The more that I have to talk to you, the more that I have to text you, the less that I'm able to focus on my work. And the one thing that I can't stand above all else in the world is when someone interrupts my work and keeps me from being able to focus on what I'm doing. Don't you know that?
Chase, please. I messaged you to tell you that your father had injured himself. Is this really how you should be reacting right now?
Well, is he going to die? Is it fatal? Is this broken little toe going to kill him or something? Because unless my dad is on the verge of death, I really don't care what excuse you have for yourself.
Okay then. You're really saying that you really don't want to hear anything at all unless it's an emergency? And just what even does constitute an emergency in your head if your own father breaking a bone doesn't?
I want you to tell me if there is a burglar breaking into our house, or if a tree branch has fallen through our roof, or if a meteorite blew up our house or something. But I don't need you coming to me about every single minuscule little health update from every single member of my family. Only message me if there is something seriously wrong. Do you understand me?
Oh, come on, Chase. Those are just extreme situations that would almost never, ever happen. And a meteorite? Really?
That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you, Aaron. I'm trying to tell you that I only want updates from thefts and acts of God. Do you get me?
Okay, geez. I get what you're saying to me, Chase. I'll be sure to be more selective of what I consider emergencies. I'm really, really sorry for bothering you while you're at work.
Hey, Aaron. Are you there? I just want to let you know that we got this month's schedule and I'll be leaving for a business trip starting from tomorrow. I'll just pack my bags on my own once I get back home from work tonight. So you don't need to worry about doing anything for me. Okay?
Are you sure about that? Do you know which bag you're going to take? The least I could do is lay out your suitcase or suitcases for you. Do you know how long it is that you're going to be away?
Yeah, I think that my company is sending me away for about a week. So I think that I'm probably going to need the largest size that we have. And since it's starting to get cold, I need to make sure and pack some winter clothes and that they fit in the suitcase and all.
I see. Well, okay then. I'll take out the suitcase and some of your coats. Is there anything else that you want me to get ready for you over here?
No. I'll just handle the rest when I get home. But there's just one little thing that I want you to be careful of when you're all alone and I'm away on my business trip.
Oh, sure. What did you have in mind? I guess I could try and do whatever it is you want from me while you're away.
Good. Then, while I'm away on this business trip, you have to promise me not to contact me for anything at all. And I do mean anything. Do you understand me? I mean it. I need to be focused while I'm out, and I just can't have you distracting me with every little thing. Do you got that?
Wait a second. So you don't want me to send you a single message or call the whole week that you're away? Are you serious?
That's right. I don't want you calling me at all the entire time that I'm away, and I'm super serious about this. I mean it. I just can't concentrate at all when you're bothering me.
But I don't get why I can't message you after you'd have gotten off of work. Like at night before you go to bed, or something like that.
Look, when I go away on a business trip, that means I could be on call at any time of the day. And that means morning or night, okay? And so if I hear you say to me or get a message talking about how you want me to come back home, it's going to make me want to work less. So until I get on the plane to get back home, I don't want to be getting even a single call or text from you at all. Do you understand me?
But you're going to be away for a whole week. That just seems like a very long time not to talk to each other at all.
It's not a big deal, and you shouldn't be trying to turn it into a big deal. Do you understand? This is the same as any other business trip that I've taken in the past. All right? And I'll tell you right now that if I do notice that you're calling or trying to text me while I'm away, I'm just going to ignore it. So there.
But what should I do if something happens here at home while you're away on your business trip?
I told you that the only reason you should ever be messaging me while I'm at work is if a literal boulder from space comes crashing down and lands in our living room. Do you not understand that yet?
Chase, it sounds like you're putting your work before even your own family when you ask like that.
You really do know how to get under my skin. Do you know that? I mean, really? Do you have any idea just how hard I'm going to be working while I'm away on this business trip?
You know that I've worked a full-time job before, don't you, Chase? I know what it means to work for a company.
Oh, please. What do you know about anything? You're nothing but a housewife. You don't work, and you don't have any right to tell me that you know what it is to do what I do every single day. All you do is hold me back and distract me from doing my work. And that's why I just can't have you messaging me while I'm doing my job.
You know, if you're really that easily distracted from your work all because of a couple of texts from me, then maybe you just have really weak concentration. I mean, really, we're husband and wife. The least we should be doing is sending each other a simple check-in text once a day. I mean, I know that you use your phone while you're at your desk because you talk about it to me at home. So I don't get why you've suddenly decided that it's so bad if I contact you while you're at work. I don't know where this has come from at all.
Look, I know that things might have been different in the past, but things have really picked up around the office and we're just really busy now. So that's why I don't have time to be putting up with all your nonsense. I don't even know why I'm having to explain all of these to you in the first place. You really just need to use your head and figure this out.
It's just that you've been coming home later and later, and we've had fewer and fewer chances to talk to each other, Chase. I don't know why, but it feels like you're trying to avoid having to communicate with me at all. And it feels like all the time you're just nodding along with whatever I'm saying, but you're not really listening.
I don't really see why we should need all that communication in the first place. I mean, what do we even have to talk about? Besides, you and I are newlyweds. I think that if there's anything at all that you want to talk to me about, we should just talk about it at home. Because I can't talk to you at all while I'm at work.
I just don't get how you could say something like that to me. We're literally husband and wife. How could you say that we don't need to communicate with each other when we are literally married? Especially when you're spending less and less time at home and we're having fewer chances to be able to speak with one another. I'm sorry, but you have got to let me reach out to you at least a little bit while you're away on this business trip of yours.
I already told you that it's really going to throw me off if you do that and to leave me alone while I'm away on this business trip. Didn't I? Now look, I'm going to be going away for the week and I want you to respect my wishes and just leave me alone. Do you understand? And if you send me even a single message or call me even once while I'm away, then you are never, ever, ever going to be hearing from me again. Hey, Aaron. Are you there? I just wanted to know what you're doing right now. What is going on over there? I heard that there was a fire at my parents' house. Is that really true? I heard it from some relatives of mine, but I have to know if they were being honest with me.
Oh yes, it's the truth. I'm afraid that your parents' house has burned down to the ground and there isn't anything left but the foundation and ash.
Well, I heard that the fire happened last night. Is that really true? And why didn't you say anything about this to me at all? You should have told me that this happened.
What in the world are you talking about, Chase? You were the one who told me not to be bothering you about anything at all, no matter what it was, while you were away. So I did just that. Well, that, and I also didn't want to interrupt your vacation that you were taking with your mistress, that is.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? What trip with my mistress are you talking about? What mistress are you even talking about?
I mean, that is why you told me not to send you any messages at all while you were away, isn't that right? You didn't want me interrupting all the cheating on me that you were getting up to. And after how insistent you were that I not even send you a single text message, how could I not be but a little suspicious, you know? You even told me that if I tried to contact you at all while you were away, that you would never talk to me again. Don't you remember?
Are you serious? I don't have time for your stupid little games. My parents' house is burned to the ground and you want to talk about this petty nonsense? What is the matter with you?
I don't know what you want me to say to you about this, Chase. You were the one who told me that you only wanted to hear from me if a meteorite crashed through our roof, remember? But this was a fire and not a meteorite, so I thought better and followed your instructions for me.
But, that was just an example. I wasn't literally saying that that was the only thing that I wanted you to contact me for. Besides, where are you getting the notion that I'm cheating on you?
Well, I know that you're cheating on me because you lied about your business trip. It was just an excuse.
It wasn't an excuse at all. I was telling the truth. You have to believe me. I really did have to go on a business trip.
Are you sure? Because I heard that you were on vacation from your work. I tried calling your office to make sure that you really were doing what you said you were, and I was told that you were on vacation.
But, why in the world would you call my office? What would compel you to do that?
Actually, the truth is that it was your office that called me. The person on the other end sounded so apologetic for interrupting your vacation. That was when I first started to get really, really suspicious. But your coworker said he needed you to look at some important documents, but that you weren't answering your cell, and that's why I called at home. After the conversation, I called your office later to confirm that you really were on vacation and not on a business trip. That's how I know that you've been lying to me this whole time.
Well, whoever you were talking to on the phone had no idea what they were talking about at all. I really was on a business trip and I wasn't lying to you about anything.
I already told you that I did my due diligence after I got that call, didn't I? You do know that you left your tablet here, right? Well, you also left the window of the travel company that you booked your tickets and hotels through open as well. And the dates for that trip lines up perfectly with the dates that you told me you were going to be going away. Not only that, but I saw in your reservations that you had booked tickets and hotels for 2 people, 1 man and 1 woman.
How dare you touch my tablet without asking me first? What's the matter with you? That is a huge violation. Besides, I thought that I had a passcode on it.
Well, it wasn't a very difficult number to guess in order to get through it. Besides, I've seen you unlock your tablet plenty of times.
But, this can't be happening. This isn't right. You weren't supposed to find out like this.
Oh yes, I found much more evidence than that on your tablet. It's basically a testament to the affair that you've been carrying on behind my back. So now there's nowhere that you can go to. No lie that you can tell me that's going to change my mind. Just admit the truth, Chase.
Is this why you didn't tell me about my parents' house burning down? Just to get back at me for this? Was that your plan this whole time? What is the matter with you? I mean, really? How could you ever think that it was okay not to tell me that their house was burned down? I get that you're upset, but you're just acting childish and stupid at this point.
Well, what are you going to do about it while you're so far away, huh? How are you going to get back here and do anything about it?
Are you serious right now? What is the matter with you? Don't you realize that I'm the eldest son? I need to be knowing about these things. I need to be there to respond to the needs of my family. Not only that, but as the eldest son, that means that my parents' house is supposed to be my inheritance.
Well, since you weren't here to do anything about it, your little brother had to step up and be there instead. He was there within an hour of the fire being reported, so don't worry, there's no need for you to be here at all.
But I'm the eldest son. It's my job to be there. If I don't go, then what's the point of being the eldest son at all?
I don't know what you want me to tell you, Chase. If you wanted to be responsible for your family, then you should have been here. But instead, you had to go and take your trip to go and cheat on me, right? And you told me not to disturb you while you were away, so that's why I didn't bother saying anything.
Hey, Aaron, how are things going back there? I just got a message from my parents telling me not to even bother going home. I didn't think that they'd be so upset at me over all of this.
Well, it sounds to me like they wanted you to be there when the disaster started. But instead, your little brother, who lives even farther than we do from your parents, was the one to show up instead.
But it's not fair! That guy doesn't even do anything with his life. He has all the time in the world to go and be with my parents.
You don't know what you're talking about at all. Your brother works just as hard as you do. The only reason that you weren't here for when your parents' house caught on fire is because you're too busy going away to cheat on me. I mean, what is even the point of living close to your parents if you're going to do these kinds of things? You really are just the most useless son and husband. Do you know that?
Well, the only reason that I didn't get a ticket to come home right away is because of you! You should have told me what was happening!
Oh, please, Chase. Just think about it. Even if I had told you that your parents' house was on fire, the fact of the matter is that your brother was just closer. But you know, if you were gone for a legit reason, if you didn't lie about your business trip, then your parents might not be so upset with you. But instead, you just went away to cheat on your wife. And that's what has got everyone so upset.
But, I mean, Aaron, just how much of this did you talk to my parents about? Please, I really have to know.
I told them all about what you've been up to, of course. And you don't even want to know how let down your mom looked to find out that you were cheating on me. Then, both your parents started to get upset and really mad at you. They were going on and on about how you weren't there in their time of need for them.
But that's not fair! I mean, they can't really get mad at me for this, right? It's not like I could control the timing of anything that's going on at all!
Are you really trying to say that none of this is your fault at all? You literally made up a fake business trip so that you could go and cheat on me? You weren't here for any legitimate reason at all. The only reason that you weren't there for your family when they wanted you there was because you were out being selfish.
But, I mean, come on. It's just a little bit of cheating. Surely it isn't worth getting this upset about, right?
Just a little bit of cheating? Did you actually just send that message to me? Are you being real? You do realize that you betrayed your wife, right? The mother of your children? Are you really going to try and just write that off? In fact, I have a message for you from your father. He says that it's obvious that you haven't thought about your actions at all. He doesn't want anything to do with you at all. I mean, do you realize that you still haven't even reached out to your parents to ask if they're okay after all of this? The only thing that seemed to upset you about this whole ordeal is that the house that you were supposed to inherit has burned down and now you're not going to get anything. And you should know that I've told your parents that much as well.
Why did you have to tell them that? Couldn't you have spoken up for me just a little bit more? Come on, throw me a bone here.
Why? Why would I ever in a million years feel a need to do that for you, huh? I mean, you're just such a piece of work, do you know that? I really don't even know what you want me to say to that. But anyways, your parents have another message for you. They tell you to not even bother coming home and that they are going to completely support me if I choose to divorce you.
You mean my parents really said that about me? Are you serious? And wait, you're gonna divorce me over this?
Of course I am! You cheated on me and you've been nothing but unapologetic about it. You're a huge jerk! After that, my soon-to-be ex-in-laws had to use up all of their savings to rebuild their house. Of course, this meant that Chase was truly going to get nothing through his inheritance at all. Chase tried to offer to contribute money to his parents to help them rebuild, but they had told him that they didn't even want a single penny from him at all. In fact, they ended up cutting him out of their lives completely. Afterwards, Chase and I started the divorce process. I also sued him for his affair, which meant that between alimony and the lawsuit, I got quite a hefty payout from him. Chase kept begging me not to leave him, but I wasn't in the mood to put up with him at all. Eventually, I finally had to block him on everything. Only then did my life finally start to return to normal. I really haven't kept up with Chase at all since then, but I hear that he's not doing well. True or not, I really just don't care. All I want now is to move on and forget all about him. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.